Consciousness is an infinite wholeness. Consciousness, your consciousness right now, the consciousness hearing these words, you. You are an infinite wholeness. Consciousness is filling your mind, it's filling your body. Every phenomena, every perception, every object exists within your consciousness, within the silence that you are. There are practices and techniques we can engage in that move the body and the mind in the direction of being more integrated and more aligned with this understanding and with realization. You can practice meditation, you can chant mantras, you can do Japa, which is internal silent mantra in the mind and the heart. There are visualizations. You can adopt a certain attitude and a certain disposition. You can study the teachings and the scriptures, either by reading or by listening or by attending talks. You can avail yourself of teachers who have realized, teachers in whom this current of awakening is alive and kicking. Actually, to be in the company of a realized teacher for one moment is said to be more valuable for your spiritual progress than thousands of lifetimes of dedicated, seated meditation. And that's because a teacher that has realized the self, a teacher in whom Kundalini has fully flowered into the Sahasrara, that teacher has for you as the student, there is the advantage of the energetic field, the presence, the energetic space of the teacher, the Shakti that is awakened, and that field of oneness that has been realized, that is awake to itself through that teacher. That field of consciousness is vibrating. So the presence that you enter, the field or the space that you enter when you're in the company of such a teacher, the space itself, the energetic, my guru used to call it, space around that teacher, the energetic presence of the teacher, we could say, although this energetic presence is transcendental. So it transcends the teacher in the sense of the body-mind. It transcends and is independent of the mood and the mode of the teacher. The teacher may be having a shitty day. The presence, the energetic presence that is the real teacher and the real teaching is independent of that. If the teacher's having a shitty day, the energetic presence of oneness is still pumping. In the teacher, the flow of Shakti keeps on flowing. And it's understood that whether there's a seemingly happy day happening or a difficult day happening, both of those and whatever in the entire array of phenomena that could happen within a body-mind, whatever's happening is a dance of consciousness. And then at another level, it's all seen to be a phenomena. It's all seen through. It's all an object. And even though the totality of objects are consciousness, that which is the inner guru, which is the vibrating presence that is the real teaching, is the transcendental reality. It's transcendental. It's not personal. It's impersonal. And that's the teaching that the teacher presents in words, when the teacher uses words and concepts. You, dear student, are universal. When you move, the universe moves. With thought, if you sit quietly, close your eyes to meditate, and thoughts arise. That's the universe appearing as those thoughts. And guess what? That's the universe appearing as you meditating. And the advantage of a guru in the Siddha tradition is that there is present a transcendental energetic space which is universal and which can vibrate your own being into the recognition of itself. This is the guru principle. And actually, we can take advantage of this guru principle in our lives as tantric practitioners in many ways. For example, one can go hiking and the guru principle will manifest in the wonder of nature, which fills one with the coolness and an expansion, a sense of expanded awareness and presence. One may intuit the universal nature of life in that forest or on that mountaintop. That's the guru principle. At a beach, looking at the ocean at sunrise or sunset, or meditating on the waves. Richard Moss, who features in my book, The Dance of Stillness, spoke about a football match. He went to a football match, and when all the people jumped up together, yahooing and cheering because their team had scored a goal, he was swept into Samadhi because there's a transcendental energy that carried him, because he was receptive, into that Samadhi in that environment. So we see the guru principle is not limited to being only associated with a particular human body mind that we relate to as a teacher, who has the function of a teacher and in whom the energetic is active, in whom the consciousness has awakened to itself and vibrates the environment in a way that the self-revealing principle of consciousness is active. So the guru principle transcends that. There are people who are reading a book and awakening happens. The guru principle was active. Is keeping our mind and heart on the goal, above all, transcending all teachings, traditions and techniques and philosophical considerations is this. Nisargadatta said it well. Everything yields to earnestness. All you need is earnestness. Everything yields to earnestness. And just we see it in the words of Anandamayi Ma, who I just made a couple of little videos where I was reading from Matrivani. And in essence, she's continually saying, keep your mind and heart on the goal. Yearning for the revelation of that which you are, or yearning for union with God, yearning for the revelation of God's presence, yearning for God's love, yearning for satori, awakening, seeing into one's true nature, continually thinking of it, pondering it, mulling over it, meditating on it, praying for it, repeating it like a mantra or turning it into an affirmation, practicing self-inquiry, practicing surrender to what is, opening one's heart to what is, continually meditating on the nature of what is, continually asking for grace, yearning for grace, meditating on the self, continually seeking to go beyond the mind, continually seeking to know who one is, what one is, continually understanding this is changing, what is changeless? This is changing, that is changing, what is changeless? Continually remembering, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm pure consciousness. Continually remembering the teachings of the sages and the saints and the great scriptures. You can take the name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You could remember the great avatar of love, Jesus. Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus. Remember his teaching, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, and all thy soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. Keeping one's mind and heart on the goal. The ways are endless. Move with what feels natural, with what you're drawn to. If you are meditating in a way or following a teaching or a tradition or a technique that starts to feel dry, yes, there's advantage in and there's value in staying with it. And yes, there's enormous value in dropping it, having a rest from it, breathing a little more easy. And then when inspiration arises, dive back in. And if you feel moved to see this teacher or that teacher, consciousness presents itself to you. The principle of grace and the guru principle manifesting in your life in ways that are giving you the opportunity to go deeper and awaken. Many other ways. Ramakrishna explored all the different religions and he had many different teachers. He was just fully throwing himself into his journey of enlightenment. And that's what I invite you to do. Fully throw yourself into the journey of enlightenment. If you're at work and you're having a difficult day, let's say you're coding, you're programming, then remember, God is the great coder. And here you are coding. This is an expression of consciousness. If your boss is giving you a difficult day, here comes Kali to show you your limits. to humble you. You're burning up karmas. Keep your mind and heart on the goal. Ultimately, everything is grace. I wish you well on your journey. Thank you very much for joining me for this informal, meandering talk. Bless you.